Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the IR-1, CR-1, and K-3 marriage visas. So these are visas for spouses of U.S. citizens, specifically in the case of the K-3, or U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents in the case of the CR-1 and the IR-1. So immigrant spouse visas and even non-immigrant spouse visas, everything associated with U.S. immigration is, without a doubt, I don't think there's any other way of saying this, it's just getting harder. Everything that I deal with in U.S. immigration, and admittedly, it's less a part of my day-to-day than it once was, but it's still part of something I do every day. We do work these cases daily, and we have to deal with them, and quite honestly, they are getting more difficult, and I don't know why. Institutionally, they're more difficult. In the case of the immigrant spouse visas, you got to deal with the National Visa Center, which, as I've discussed in the past, is something akin to a neo-Soviet quagmire, only it's digitized. I mean, it's Kafka-esque, the bureaucracy, where you just get into these running feedback loops where you're trying to get them documentation, then they say they want more, and you ask why, and what's wrong with this, and you never really get much of a straight answer. It's just a constant runaround. And then, so there's more work associated with that was never there in the past. And then we're also dealing with, quite honestly, Department of Homeland Security could be doing things better. USCIS is processing things, asking for requests for evidence that they never asked for in the past. And just, in my opinion, it seems like it's almost intentional, as if it's intentional that they're trying to make things slower or more obtuse. So long story short, these cases are getting harder, and unfortunately that's going to have to be reflected in the costs associated with processing them. I'm taking as much time as I can to come up with the most reasonable, effective way of dealing with the fundamental change in the way the immigration apparatus works, and I'm hoping we'll come up with a reasonable and equitable way of charging folks for these services, as they are, quite honestly, quite cumbersome moving forward.